Welcome to the 360-Degree Impact Podcast with me, Michele, where human leadership creates meaningful results. Here, we change the way you think and empower you to lead with connection. Each day, I'll share bold insights, practical tools, and real stories to help you stretch beyond excuses and create lasting impact in your work, your relationships, and your life. Let's dive in. As a high-achieving leader, have you ever been in a situation where you actually started resenting someone for having such high expectations from you? Let that question sit there for a moment. I'll share a little story with you. A few years ago, I was running a very profitable region, and I got a phone call from my boss who explained that I was over budget. And how could this happen? And, I knew my numbers. I knew my people were doing more than they actually could. And I knew that we were performing. So I didn't really understand where is this phone call coming from? So I said, okay, I took the feedback and I asked, how much time do I have to get back to you on this? But I wanted to do research. I didn't just want to take the lead in what this person was saying and then go out there and try to figure out how to cut more from the budget. So I asked for a little time to come up with a strategy and then get back to him. So I did. I started digging in and trying to figure it out, like, where is this going? And I finally realized that it wasn't that my region was over budget. It was that there were other locations outside of my region that were not performing up to that expectation. So the real question my boss was asking is if we could help in the process of bringing those other numbers up that we had no control over, but my region, by making some savings, was now able to compensate on the loss from other areas. And that really upset me. When I got to the bottom of it, it really, really upset me because I was thinking, we're already overperforming. Why are they still putting so much pressure on us? How am I supposed to turn around and tell my people, you know what? We're actually going to cut some more over here and we're going to, have less of these resources. It was just not fair. So it was a tough decision for me. On the one hand, I did not want to come back empty-handed to that follow-up conversation. And then on the other hand, I wanted to prove what we could still do. I figured, okay, if the rest of the country is suffering, we're going to help in any way that we can help. So I went back and I had that candid conversation, difficult conversation with my boss. And I said, look, I understand where this is coming from and this is what I think. And he's like, yeah, you're kind of spot on. So I was like, okay, great. So now that we're both on the same page, this is what I think my region can do for you. And, standing up, not with force, but with a clear understanding that I understand the direction you want me to take and I'm fully on board and can get my team on board. What is not okay is for you to present it as this is an expectation that your team hasn't met when the numbers are clear. So being able to, without confrontation, manage that conversation in a way where we still created a win-win type of situation was really what helped me eliminate that resentment that I felt for always being the one leader that was moving the needle faster and stronger and having to drive my team through those types of moments. So I think that resentment can be avoided when we slow down and when we're able to have the courage, build the courage to have those candid conversations with those around us. And that's really what changes the game. So what candid conversation do you need to have today? Thank you for listening to the 360-Degree Impact Podcast. If today's episode helped you shift your thinking or inspire new action, Share it with someone who needs it. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. It helps us reach more leaders ready to make their own impact. Until next time, remember, change the way you think and lead with connection.